Gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. Today's little project is actually a commissioned piece. It's for four little hurdles that they use in the dog sport of flyball. I don't know if you guys know about it. Go and check it out on the YouTube. Quite interesting. Someone asked me to build these little hurdles for them. So we're starting off with 18mm shutter ply. What's that? 11/16? Let me know in the comment down below. I think it's 11/16. That we're just sanding flat. Well, not. Look, this is not. Sort of high-end furniture, so just smooth is good enough. And then we start marking it out. I've got the dimensions for the competition style. The only thing is the competition style is actually 1/2 inch plywood and not 11/16. So I'm marking out the four of them. I had the boards pre-cut from my supplier, which made it a little bit easier. They just can't cut diagonally, so any square cuts they make, and but you pay a little bit extra for it, but it makes life just so much easier. There we've got all of them marked out and ready to cut, and there we go. Let's get going. This is the first board. Well, you'll see I sort of batch stuff up, and just to get a rhythm in it. It makes it makes time go by if you've got monotonous, repetitive work. Now the second one, we are busy with the sides now. So this is 8 panels that we need to cut out, and so yes, it sometimes it does become monotonous, but nonetheless I do still enjoy it, and I think this came out good. Once again, measuring, making sure, checking measurements. I don't want to make a hash of it. Okay, so let's cut the second board. There I actually cut into my steel table. Just checked this, saw that it was still okay, and we could carry on. The saw is not a high grade saw, but it's served me well through a lot of projects. I think I still got it from my dad for a birthday, as a birthday gift or something. I can't remember now. There we go. And now once again, even the measuring I do in sort of batches, just make the chances of making a hash of it less, although I almost made a hash on a couple of occasions. Yeah. Now you'll see me here using these little bimetal hole saws. It works wonders on wood, but you need to cut it from both sides, as you can see there, just to prevent tear out, or to minimize tear out as far as possible. And even at time lapse, it still feels like ages going through it. But while you're busy with it, you don't feel the time standing still. Then I just cut it out. Unfortunately, I haven't got it on the camera. Oh yeah, sorry. We're cutting out the top end first. Here I had to use my bigger electric drill, as the collet for the bigger hole saws doesn't fit in the small pneumatic. Pneumatic's only got a 10mm chuck, and the big one's got a 13. So yes, there I've just cut the centers out. I didn't show that on camera, and now I'm just using my new rotor to just smooth out the edges. I've got a tool review. I'll put it up in the corner there. I've done a little bit of a tool review on that rotor. Very pleased with it. As so far so good. You'll see as when I finish off making a cut, I always check that the next piece would fit in it, making sure that we've got enough space and enough clearance. Very nice machine, 1200 watts, nice beefy toggles and controls. So I must say I am pleasantly surprised with it, and really not a bad machine. Then some more sanding. This is well, what shall we call it, the hurdle piece, the central piece. Just a bit of sanding again. Once again, my wood supplier, he pre-cut these all for me, so you can actually make quite big projects without having big tools. You'll see here that the clear distance between the side panels must be 2 feet regulation wise. So what I did was I measured from the inside and worked outwards to both ends, and to make sure that we've got the correct measurements. Then you'll see I mark the one edge on the one side of the board and the other edge on the other side of the board. I'm planning on cutting this out with my bandsaw, and the throat of my bandsaw, do you call it a throat? I can't remember what you call it. The piece between the upright and the saw blade that the wood can fit through isn't big enough to go all the way, so I have to flip the board around, and so that's why I mark it on both sides. Just make sure over there, I just made a hash of it. Make sure you mark it out the right way, and otherwise you're going to have something cockeyed and have to redo something. Once again, cutting the also from both sides just to minimize tear out. You can see just the cutouts on my bandsaw, flipping the board around, cutting the other side, and each time checking once again that we've got a decent fit. These will be painted, so I made a little bit more clearance just to be able to fit them all together once it's painted. And now as a second operation, I just square out the corners. I made the bandsaw guide, the guides for this bandsaw, and it works well. The uprights I had to cut one corner square, and I used I think it's a second cut file, first cut, second cut file. Just a quick one, ran them through. I'm not going to do the top edges as they do not require to be square. And as you can see, monotonous, repetitive, but nonetheless. Here we've got the primer on, nice pink wood primer. Otherwise it just soaks in the paint. It will be painted white, but the primer makes it worthwhile. Here you can see the finished product. That's just one of them. There's 4 of them that'll go to a client. Client's happy, I'm happy, came out good. Quick little Saturday afternoon project. The painting took a bit longer, but the actual build was not even an afternoon. With that, I'm going to call it and say thank you very much, everyone. And as always, stay safe.